Hello and welcome, beautiful collective. Thank you for joining me here today. As you can see, I am trying out some new things digitally. I'm not a very advanced person in that way, but I am being called to try a few things in order for me to be able to record in hopefully a little bit more tranquil environment, because I am finding within my workspace it is completely surrounded in windows so that I can see the outdoors, but unfortunately that allows for a lot of noise to come in. The view is absolutely spectacular, but I have a lot of outside noise. So we are working on solutions for that so that you are able to listen to my recordings and to be able to hear them much more easily without that outside noise. So thank you for joining me. Thank you for trusting me. So you will see some changes on my channel as far as around me. I'm trying to work with adjusting my video as well. I didn't realize there was an adjustment for facial or something, so I looked like I was all distorted. I didn't even look like myself, but I wanted to put the video out, so I did put it out. So I apologize to those of you. I'm not trying to make myself look a certain way. I'm just really messing around with a lot of this digital things, and sometimes I don't understand how the digital things work, and so they add things into the mix that I'm not expecting. So I'm not trying to be anything other than myself. So I hope you'll be patient with me and leave your comments if that is something that you wish to do. I love to hear from you. Let me know that the messages are resonating. So we are just past the 5-5 portal. It was yesterday, and it's the day after the portal. The portal is still active. They're telling me that this portal is active right through, interesting, right through May, and actually it's going to continue on because the portals are going to begin to link to one another. Oh, I remember them saying something to me about a missing link or something within one of my videos. I can't remember when it was. I haven't recorded for a while. So something about a missing link, they said, but these portals are all going to be linked, and they're linked to the upgrades that we are currently experiencing. Now I'm going to tell you guys, these upgrades are really frickin' roller coaster like. Okay? I want to say they're shitty, but at the same time, I've had amazing things as well. I've had amazing days where I felt absolutely spectacular. And Spirit is bringing to me that everything is a paradox. In order for us to be able to experience the height and the highest of highs, we must experience the lows of lows. And Spirit has also been bringing to me and has brought to me for quite some time the vibration and the frequency of things. And how can I even say this, Spirit? This is really important that we understand this. The shadow or the darkness isn't necessarily a lower frequency or vibration than what the light is. It is a denser frequency, and it can resonate within that same vibrational frequency. And what they brought to me quite some time ago with my healing, because I said, how, when I have healed this, can this frequency find me? And they said, it can find you because it is the same frequency. Okay? It's the same frequency. It is simply one is healed, one is not. Okay? So they are still seeking one another because the unhealed is seeking the healed. And the healed becomes the healer. So it almost has a magnetic resonance within it that attracts that energy in order for that energy to be healed from this energy that has brought the light into that denseness. And the light simply means an awareness. We get very caught up on what the light means and very caught up on the frequency and the vibration of what is better and what is good and what is not. It is all simply experience, and it is all simply wisdom, awareness. It really comes down to awareness. That is what enlightenment is an awareness of what is happening, a discernment within the energy, pulling out that wisdom that we seek. That is why we are here. So in speaking about those energies, the paradoxical energies of the light and the dark, and that our life really is here, that we really are a reflection of everything, and everything within us is reflected outwardly. So those of you that may be feeling that, why the hell is this energy coming into my awareness, because I have healed this within myself. It is coming into your awareness because it is that frequency of that experience. The difference is that you are aware, and the other person that is sitting within that frequency is not. So it is simply an awareness, and they may be coming into awareness of beginning to heal that. Okay? So the difference within the vibrations are not that one is better than the other one. Everything resonates at specific vibrations, okay? Each experience. One is aware, one is not. Just like when you look at the yin and yang, everything is completely opposite. All of it. You see the circles on either side, you see the little, I can't even do it with my hands on here, but, so that they're like this. Everything is within an equal balance. And we must have that in order to have the wisdom to be able to create here. Without one, we would not have the other. And it's interesting how Spirit has been bringing this to me and has been working so much within the shadow and has brought to me the experiences that I have had within my life that a lot of people would say were bad. And I'm not saying that I felt really good about it at the time. And I think the way to describe this is to really think about the emotion that's attached to it. It is not that the darkness is bad or that the light is good. It is the emotion that is attached within that experience. Okay? How do you feel? If there's a negative feeling that is attached to that, that is something that needs to be transmuted and brought into your awareness. Once you are able to move past that negative emotion that is associated with that, that becomes more of the healed aspect of it. So those that begin to come forward and are healing, for example, if they went through grief and they are beginning to heal that or have healed, I don't believe we completely heal. I believe that we are sitting within the awareness of it, and we are more in the awareness, I guess, of being able to cope with it, to be able to bring discernment and wisdom within that, in the realization that everything that happens to us within our life is part of our experience. And when we experience grief, those are the things that we know that we are going to experience on this earth. We are born and we die. Those are the only guarantees that we have here. Everything in between that is our experience. Everything in between that. And our journey is a soul journey, solo journey for each one of us. And yet it must involve others in order to experience. If we were alone, we would not have any experience other than possibly loneliness, right? Whereas when we incarnate within a group of souls, beings, people, and aspects of ourselves, so to speak, depending on where you're at on your spiritual journey, you will know what I'm speaking of. And if you're not, let's just say that they are part of your soul family and that you incarnate within a group of souls in order to have experience, certain experiences, and you agree to be able to help one another upon this path of this experience. You are here to engage in life, to have a real experience, reality. And this is interesting. This is coming up because Spirit gave me a couple of phrases yesterday, and I really wanted to talk about this. And this is what I thought I was going to be talking about when I came on here, and I guess I am. They brought me around to it eventually. And what they said was spirituality is spirit into reality. Spirituality. Spirit to reality. And they have shortened it to spirituality. So spirituality is simply our experience that we experience here within our human avatar. All of the experiences we have. So that is what we come here for, is to experience. So we want those experiences, even though once we come here, we're like, oh, damn it, this is really hard. Because we didn't realize how hard it was going to be within this material aspect of the human body. Okay, well, that's fascinating. What Spirit is just bringing to me now with this is, okay, Spirit, how can I explain this? So what they just brought to me was that within our energetic bodies, our spirit bodies, we have grown tired of, and of course not literally tired, but just hear me out. We have grown tired of our bodies not being able to process and recall the information and the wisdom that we have from prior lifetimes. And therefore, we come in and continue to have these repetitive experiences. So what they are saying is that the crystalline bodies that we have been talking about, the cellular upgrades that they have been bringing me for quite some time, the last few years, are so that we retain more of our spiritual memory when we incarnate here on Earth. So that is what that crystalline structure is about, so that we maintain our spiritual wisdom when we incarnate upon the earth. And this is fascinating because this is bringing me to the crystalline children. And if you don't know what a crystalline child is, please look it up. There's rainbow children, indigo, like there's a whole line that has come in, that has been the force, come in to move these energies in, to make way for the new body that is manifesting upon this planet. So that is what they have said, is that we have become tired of incarnating upon this earth and having no memory of what we have already experienced. So we get stuck in a loop. Okay, that's fascinating. So what they're saying is, how can I say this? What they're saying is that we have no conscious memory. Okay, we have no conscious memory. And what has been happening is that, and it has something to do with the DNA that has not been coming in with us, something that happened in order for us to be able to grow to a point of responsibility for the energy and the power that we carry within ourselves. So we have not consciously been aware of the wisdom that we have lived in other lifetimes. However, subconsciously, there is a little seed back there that we carry within our connection to our soul, is how they want to phrase it. So if we have had traumatic, and we have had traumatic experiences in past lifetimes, when we come into contact with that energy, it can put us into a loop. Okay? Because we don't have the link. And there again is that link that's coming up. A link. Something about a link. We don't have that link to be able to connect it to the wisdom to not repeat it. So the full memory, we just have a portion of it. And it's kind of like, it just kind of plays in a loop. We get kind of stuck in a loop, is what they're saying, which is really fascinating, that we get stuck in a loop. So they brought me to the word link again. Now they have said about these portals, that these portals that we are experiencing or going to be experiencing are all linked. Okay? It's kind of like a step up. Okay? So we have, the 1-1, the 2-2, the 3-3, the 4-4, now the 5-5 portal. And each one of these portals are running in the background as we upgrade to the next. So it's like the 12, okay, this is bringing me to another synchronicity. So what they're saying is it's like the 12 rays of wisdom or consciousness. And what they're saying is that each one of these portals has the ability to unlock that ray of consciousness that you have experienced within an incarnation here upon this planet, or possibly even upon other planets that you may have experienced. So with each one of them, there becomes an unlocking, a key to unlock that aspect of the self. Within the year of the self, which is the 9 is the number of self. It's not 1, it's 9 this is in my experience, how I see it. If you see it differently, you go right ahead and have your own belief. I'm not trying to persuade you. I'm simply here bringing you what the information that my team is bringing to me. And if you resonate with it, that's great. If you resonate with some of it, that's great. If you resonate with all of it, that's great. Even if you resonate with none of it, that's great too. You be you and I'll be me. We'll both be happy as can be. And little rhymes are coming forward too, which is another thing that I want to touch on within this energy as well. So each one of these portals, they're saying, are connected and are a step up within each one. And they're saying this 5-5 portal is an extension of the 4-4 portal, and it is going to step up into the 6-6 portal. Okay. Now the 5-5 portal, fives are all about, change. Okay. They can also be about conflict. And a 5-5, you add it together, you get a 10. A 10 is about new beginnings. Okay. It's like, the wheel card brings you into new beginnings. The 10 of Wands, you've carried enough burdens. You're moving into a new phase. Same thing with, the 10 of Pentacles is joy and happiness, the life that you want, the material life that you want. 10 of Cups is the rainbow of blessings. We talk about all of these within the tarot, and how they manifest within our physical life here. And they're talking about this 5-5 portal being an opportunity to advance, being an opportunity to recognize what the conflict is that you have been experiencing. Just going to check my recording here. It almost looks like it's not working or something. What's going on here? I guess it's recording. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm not seeing what I should be seeing here on my screen for recording. So okay, interruptions. Again, we are talking about how doubting, right? Doubting. And that again can be a 5 energy, an inner conflict of what we are experiencing. And that's what they told me this portal is about. This 5-5 portal is about, conflict, being able to release that. And it's really fascinating because I really feel that May is an energy as well that has brought in a lot of, and I've been seeing a lot of this even on social media, jealousy, envy, conflict, attacks, people more concerned about stopping other people than about healing themselves. And this portal is an opportunity for us to be able to step into grace. It's kind of like a restart almost is what they're saying. Halfway, to 10. It's like a restart. And as we move through each one of these portals, what they're saying is that we are going to be experiencing an in-between of the phases of like the new moon and the full moon, and I'm not even sure where the moon is landing here. I know the full moon is next week, so this is about center. So I don't know if they all land like that or what the scoop is, but that's what they're telling me, is that it is going to, the portal, the upgrade of the portal is going to land between new moon and full moon. Interesting. So during new moon, we always plant our seeds. It's the dark of the moon. Okay, we plant our seeds. That's our creation. That's the beginning of our creation. Okay. On full moon, we are releasing all of those things that do not serve us. All right. It's a reflection of light. Okay. A reflection of truth. What are we seeing? The darkness is being lit up. All right? So you're being asked during these portals to pay attention to what is coming up for you each month, and within the center of that month. Sorry for the noise. Somebody's moving something upstairs. What else is there about this spirit? Something feels wonky here. Let me get into the energy. Something feels wonky. And I just keep circling 5-5, 5-5, 5-5 that I've written on my paper here. So there's something about that energy. And the 5 is all about change, and it's usually difficult change. Like when we see the 5, even in the tarot, we, every one of them are not a very fun energy. They talk about lack, arguments, you know, really conflict, gossip, those kind of things, depression, regret. That's what the 5s signify within the tarot. And that is what I am being brought to. And it's interesting because I've been really sick for the last little while, coming off of the, out of April and into May, and into this 5-5 portal. I really feel that the 5-5 portal as well, like they just showed me, interesting that they showed me the 6 of cups, which that should be part of the 6-6 portal. But what they're saying with the 6 of cups, the 6 of cups to me is about family. It's about soul family. It's about the past. Okay, that's what the 6 of cups talks about. They're not showing me the other ones. They're just showing me the 6 of cups. And the 6 of cups is about past relationships, the past, all those things to me. Family. So this 5-5 portal, what they're talking about here, the conflict and everything, very likely has to do with something within your family. What are you holding back from your family, or what is your family holding back from you? What are the eggshells? What is the elephant in the room that is not being, well, it's being ignored, okay? It's not being, oh my gosh, see what happens to me when I'm in this mode? I can't even find words. It's not being acknowledged. It's not being recognized, okay? It is basically being ignored because nobody wants to talk about it. What is the little secret? And that's fascinating because I put out, my last video was about secrets. And for those of you that watched it and commented, thank you. I appreciate it. Those of you that were triggered, I'm sorry. However, those are the things that this 5-5 portal is going to be bringing up. Are those kind of things, the conflicts, okay? The gossip, the things that are whispered behind our hands, that are never, quite brought into manifestation because, that's a secret, or we can't ask for that. And what is being brought forward as well is how in mainstream religion we are told that we cannot ask for anything ourselves. We are not allowed to ask for it. Well, who else knows what you want? You're not going to tell your deepest secrets to somebody else so they can pray for you. You're going to ask for that yourself because that is your needs. And it's up to you to look after yourself first so you can always be in your best, the best possible energy for you so that you can give your best always because you want to operate from an overflowing cup. You don't want to operate from an empty cup. And you certainly don't want to rely on somebody else filling that cup. You are perfectly capable of filling your own cup. You know what you want. And this is also about self-reliance, is what they are saying. It is important that we become self-reliant, that we stop looking to others for answers, that we stop blaming others for problems, that we look within the self and find solutions. What do we want? That we reflect what we see in others as an inspiration, not as a competition. And there's been a lot of this energy that has been coming forward, I have really, really noticed it. I mean, myself, I witnessed an attack on a personal level, and I have been witnessing that this year. Actually, it's been kind of an almost an ongoing thing, and this is coming forward as well. Spirit is saying that you have the right to defend yourself. Just because you're spiritual doesn't mean you have to be nice all the time. Okay? Being nice, yeah, it doesn't mean, or not being nice doesn't mean that you hate something. It doesn't mean you can't send love to somebody. Being nice means that you're not setting boundaries for yourself, that you're not keeping yourself safe and protected, which you need to do. Only you know what's happening in your life. Only you know how you feel. Only you know what you need and want to be happy. And I feel like this video is been so long already, and there has been so many questions that have arisen from everything that I have spoken about. However, there is only a certain length of video that I can put out, and I will, put out another one. Any questions that you have, please put them in the comments below. But what this is about, this portal is about moving into, through this next full moon and into the 6/6 portal. What this is about is changing yourself. It is about embracing conflict and allowing yourself to be able to set boundaries, because we are going to come up against those that disagree with us when we begin to speak our mind, when we begin to say what it is that we want and what it is that we need, and when we begin to express that to those that have not, how can I say this? When we begin to express this to those that are not used to us standing up and are just used to us doing things for them, and now we are asking for things for us, it may not go over very well. So you may come up against the wall, there may be conflicts. And it's not that you have to, argue with anybody, or you just have to express what it is that you need and you want. And if the energy turns into, outburst or whatever, just, walk away until that energy can be calmed down. If you need to stand and fight, do so. Stand up for yourself. But make sure that you're standing up in love. You're not throwing daggers at that other person, blaming, shaming in any way. This is not a blame. It is not to place blame on anyone. It is simply to set boundaries for yourself for what you need and desire. And that other person may need something from you that you are not able to give, and they might have to look to somebody else to get that. Okay? Some of you may lose relationships because you are not prepared to give what that other person needs to receive. Okay? And the same thing. If there's something that you need that that person simply cannot give, you may have to leave. You may have to part ways. And this 5/5 is an awakening to your own needs, desires. Okay? It's about beginning to take care of yourself. And I so appreciate each and every one of you, and I will come back on and dive a little bit deeper into some of these other energies that Spirit is bringing to me. And if you have questions, please place them in the comments below. I read all your comments. Unless you're blocked from my site, then I can't see them. You'll know who you are. You aren't asking me questions anyways. You're making statements. So if you wish me to answer something that has been brought to your awareness through this video, please put it in the comments below, and I will address that. All right, sweet souls. Until next time, I am wishing you so much love, joy, self-love. To love yourself, to see the radiance of who you are when you exude your pure essence, which is love. That is what you are. And we are changing, literally, our bodies in order to have higher experiences. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being a part of this family. For each person that does join the family, your energy becomes part of the mix, and the questions that you may be asking out to the ethers may be delivered through me in some way because you are part of this soul family. So thank you for being a part of it. And until next time, please remember to let love be your guide.